So I'm all about freedom of speech, honestly, and I'm really, really thankful for YouTube for giving me this voice, because when I see things in the financial industry, and believe me, there are a ton of things that really, really bother me. There are things that are socially acceptable that are wrong, and there are things like accepting really credible information over a platform like YouTube that's not really socially acceptable. I test that criteria a lot when I talk to people, and I'm like, hey, you should check out my YouTube channel, right? And they're like, huh? What do you talk about? Oh, we talk about stocks. And it's like, what? It doesn't really set with people that this may be an extremely evolving platform that's an excellent direct-to-consumer source for information, because you have a very unique opportunity to hear information from sources like myself that actually do this stuff, okay? Not only that, but aside from just providing you guys with sound financial principles and tools that can help you in your day-to-day life, it also provides me a voice, and that voice to speak to my viewers, and especially my subscribers, is to give you some extra pieces of armor in what I consider a landscape that is really, really aggressive and really, really greedy, to be honest with you. It's really, really hard to kind of sift through the BS, to be honest with you. In my particular profession, I'm an inspector. So a lot of what is obvious to me may not be quite as obvious to a lot of people. And I would contend, and I don't want you guys to take this personally at all, but I think if you sit back for a second and agree with me, I think a lot of people are very, very naive. Now, there is a ton of naiveness in the financial landscape. Really, I find that a lot of people just want to say, I don't know anything about it, leave me alone, I'm going to either let a third party take care of it, or the worst thing that you can do is you can gravitate toward schemes and get rich, programs that are extremely tempting, right? Because we're all working really, really hard. We're all trying to get ahead. And I gotta be honest with you guys, not everybody is gonna get ahead, okay? Not everybody out there is gonna become a millionaire. I hate to break it to you, and I'm the only one kind of giving a more realistic message on my particular channel. But I'm 40 years old, all right? I've lived a little bit of life already, and I've had my butt kicked a few times by life, enough to tell you that in my particular humble opinion, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is, all right? And this particular message is going to be called Bait and Switch. And this is an important message. I'm coming out with this for my core subscribers. I'm just under 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And coming into this Thanksgiving season, I'm going to be very, very aggressive on really giving thanks. We're going to recap this year. I thank you guys so much for entrusting me with allowing me to deliver a 10 or a 15-minute message to you guys, kind of giving you guys my insights on how I've evolved over going on 3 decades as an investor. But this bait and switch, this is a really important one, and I want you guys to listen up. Now, there's nothing that I can do except give you the information and allow you guys to make your own particular decisions about vetting the information that comes across. And I'm not exempt from this, all right? You want to vet me? Go ahead, roll the dice. If you want to have a validation of a particular trade that I openly advertise on YouTube, ask me. I will gladly provide that. And the reason why I provide that is one word and one word alone, and that's validation. Validation. If it is too good to be true, it probably is. And people misconstrue all the time what they're walking in the front door with as far as the income that they're taking in. And they may be providing that to you guys on YouTube and making you guys think that they're rich enough to quit their day job and go buy a Lamborghini and roll around town bumping rap music. I don't know. I don't know. But in reality, In the words of my late grandfather, we've just passed Veterans Day, what he told me is there's no substitute to putting your work into the system. There's no substitute. Now you can take that for what you will. I know there's millennials out there that are absolutely killing it right now, and I'm all about it. I really am. If you can get ahead in this life, these kids are so smart nowadays, man. They can get this and they can whip out a few online businesses, and they're making killer money, all right? But I think it's the ethical piece. It's the ethical piece sometimes that gets missed a little bit. So please enjoy, guys. This is Bait and Switch. When you guys are vetting your information online and people are talking about how incredibly good they are at the stock market, you need to throw a red flag, okay? This is not Major League Baseball, guys, okay? It's not. Some of the very best analysts on Wall Street make mistakes all the time. So if you think as a commoner, you're going to somehow see something in the market with a particular stock pick that 1,000 other analysts don't see, you're delusional. You're delusional. Anybody who gets online and talks about, let's say, a hypothetical return of $95,001 rate of return in the stock market by picking that magic stock, I'd love to see some proof of that. I really would. Remember when I talked about the take-home pay walking in the door? How much of this is actually realized? How much of it's tax protected? How much is going to sunken cost? All right? How much is being fabricated? All right? So always want to try to ground truth information. All right? So when you guys are vetting your content out there and somebody's talking about, you know, I make $1,000 a day or I make $5,000 a day, okay? You really need to take a step back. Just call a timeout for 2 seconds. Come back and watch one of my videos. And I'll kind of let you guys know. A lot of this stuff is baloney. It really is. It's baloney. Long-term passive investments certainly can provide you financial security and wealth accumulation going forward. I'm at liberty to say that, all right? But for me to sit here and talk to you guys about a particular stock trade that's hypothetically made me $95,001 in the stock market by investing in, let's say, 4 stocks, you can believe what you will, guys. You can believe what you will. That's why a lot of the visibility on my channel, I'll take you into my particular account and show you the actual money that I'm actually working with. And I sleep well at night, all right? I sleep well at night. There's not a word that comes out of my mouth that I'm portraying to my viewers that's untrue or an attempt at perception of somebody that I'm not. I'm very comfortable in my shoes, all right? The reason why I came out with this channel, again, was to empower people, all right? Empower people. And by empowering somebody, I'm not going to empower my viewers by misleading them, okay? The Lamborghini. I'm so sick and tired of seeing folks that are posing that they're putting a Lamborghini online. Honestly, I don't really understand how buying a Lamborghini has anything to do with sound financial decisions. Now, there's a lot of folks out there in the industry that I particularly know, and I'm happy for them if they're pulling down multi-millions. I'm absolutely an entrepreneur in my heart. I'm all about the American dream. I'm all about that. But keep it to yourself. There are certain things that you have to understand before you throw out that content, how it's going to be received by, let's say, your customer, which is you guys. I want you to make sure that maybe we have a 50-50 relationship, that the level of commitment that I've put onto this particular program is met 50% by you guys, and you guys can, at the very least, justify spending 10 minutes or 15 minutes with me, right? And realizing 50% of the value in our relationship. That's what I expect. And if you think for some reason that I'm doing this for money, guys, I've made less than $100 here. We're going on the holiday season 2017. I have made less than $100 on YouTube thus far with my less than 1,000 subscribers. So don't think for a second that I'm getting rich. And I told you guys, when this channel starts to grow, which it will, which it will, this is only the beginning, you will not see one single change in my particular approach. We will be talking stocks, we will be talking real estate, and we will be talking military investing. All right, guys? The Lamborghini. Penny stock trading. I've said this before in some of my older videos and talking about how I'm happy for those guys if they're making a ton of money. It's not for me, and I don't expect that it's going to be for you either. You guys come to me for credible information, and I'm just going to tell you to stay the hell away from it. Just stay the hell away from it. If you guys want to have some fun and go to Las Vegas and you want to have some fun for 3 days, I'm all about that. Go have a good time. Go on a vacation. Go down to the Caribbean. Go to Disney World if that's your thing, okay? But when you start to go down the path of penny stock investing, it can be extremely addicting. It can be extremely consuming. Consuming insofar as if you have a nest egg of $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, you'll stand to lose all that. And you want to talk about the setback that will cause in your particular investing life. Had you just taken that $10,000 or $15,000 and put it to work in a sound financial comprehensive program, you would have been so much more set up, but you got sidetracked by the allure of the penny stock trading and the quitting your day job and making over than average. I mean, there's all kinds of people that I follow, and I follow really for entertainment, and I'm really just scoping the landscape, and I'm scoping the landscape on your guys' behalf, so I can give you my particular twist on this baloney. All right? The last thing is seeking out training. And I want to be really, really careful with this particular line of dialogue, okay? I've seen training sessions go up into the $6,000 range, and you can get one-on-one Q&A sessions with these penny stock traders, and they can show you exactly what you're doing, and they can show you the tricks of the trade. That's baloney. That is baloney. Because the penny stock trading is not scalable, okay? And I'd love for somebody to try to argue with me and argue that you can actually teach this crap to people, all right? Now, there's a few alibis. There's a few people out there that it clicks with, and there's a few people out there that can buy the machines enough to do this level of trading, basically, and geek out on stock charts, right? They have enough capital to where mom and dad are pumping enough money in there to keep that hopper flowing until they hit the right penny stock and they end up going up and making money. That doesn't mean anything for you guys. That's not scalable. It's not something that you can learn how to do and duplicate. Fundamental investing is. Fundamental investing, if you knew nothing about it, you could come to me and get fundamental principles, even if you did not want to learn them for yourself, which is the overall goal of mine, is that if you tune into my channel long enough, it'll really just be more of a maintenance program, and we'll be speaking the same investing language, all right? And that's what it comes down to. That is the essence of the channel, in empowering people to understand, not to get caught up in all the distractions in the financial arena, because man, there are many. And there is greed out there that will take advantage of you guys. And just in closing, when I'm talking about this training aspect, I'm not talking about seeking out opportunity, but I often find that people are seeking out those opportunities, and if they really are critical of themselves, have they really evolved from a starting place to an ending place to be better off to enter into the market? The only answer to that question is if you're able to accelerate your knowledge going forward. Now, I contend on this particular channel, I talk all the time about providing you guys all the free resources, and trust me, getting into this holiday season, I'm going to be providing you guys a ton of free resources that you can go in and just educate yourself up on, and piece by piece by piece by piece, free of charge, you can actually build a phenomenal education base for yourself. Because when I look at, let's say, a $25 or a $30 membership fee per month, or $100 or a $500 one-time fee for a session, there's a few folks out there that are really doing a phenomenal job with those instruction, all right? And they're very, very good. The instruction is very, very good, and the money is very, very worth it that you're paying for that instruction. Here's my particular thing. I don't need your $25. You do. You need it. If you took that $25 and you entered into a dollar cost averaging program that I am trying to sell to you all the time, then that $25 a month can be the starting point for you to invest in your particular account. Empowered. If I'm taking that money, that's taking away from you. It's taking away from your ability to make yourself financially free. All right? So just be leery about seeking out the trainings, okay? Because when I talked about accumulating cash in your account, you have to identify where those outflows are. And if it's not justified, then you bring it right back home again. You bring it right back home again. All right? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Bait and Switch. I hope you enjoyed my particular explanation. Guys, stay on the defensive, all right? Stay on the lookout and stay keen and savvy on the information that you're vetting. Insist on that validation. When you hear claims being made online, if it seems like it's too good to be true, it's probably not. It's probably not. All right. If this is your first time tuning into the Independent Investor channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified future videos that I put online. Leave your commentary at the bottom. If you believe I've missed something or there's particular scam or bait and switch opportunities out there that you see amongst the landscape, I'd like you guys to identify those on this particular video. Guys, leave your comments. I'll respond to you in depth. Thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.